This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, I want to talk about Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see new videos now of him posing, want to act like, he's all getting all bulked up. Well, you know what? I'm happy for the man. I'm happy for the little 135 pounder. I feel like, at the end of the day, he understands the magnitude of the fight that he's about to come up against and who he's coming up against and the level that he's coming up against. So, hats off to him understanding that Errol Spence is the truth and the reason why they call him the truth for a reason. My biggest thing is this. Like I said, and I've been vilified for it, as I could see in the previous part ones and part twos and other videos I've made on the Mikey Garcia versus the Errol Spences of the worlds. Here's the thing. I'm just stating the facts and I'm stating the truth. He's a 135 pounder and he's about to fight the biggest and heaviest 147 pounder. It's one thing, if he was smart enough to say, you know what, let me test the 147 division. Let me start off with somebody like, you know, Lamont Peterson or something like that. Like if he went in that way, it would have made sense going into the Errol Spence fight. Let me tell you why. I know a lot of people say, well, Lamont Peterson was demolished and destroyed by Errol Spence, but it would make him get a feel of what the 147 division is like. Or if not Lamont Peterson, because, like I said, Errol Spence did some bodily harm and damage to that guy, had that guy, getting checked out at the hospital, pissing blood and things of that nature. Try a lesser 147 guy, someone like Luis Colazo or something like that. If he fights somebody of that magnitude, then he kind of enters into the 147 pound, testing it out. Somebody like Amir Khan. I think he could fight an Amir Khan. You know why? I think Mikey Garcia will have a chance against Amir Khan, even though Amir Khan is bigger in weight and things of that nature. He has a weak chin, so it would make sense if Mikey Garcia fought people that, realistically, stylistically, because, boxing is about boxing styles and who you match up together. Stylistically, if he could fight those types of people, then now he gets a taste of the welterweight division. Then, after he's fought someone like that, then he can step it up and then go fight an intermediate level fighter, somebody like a Danny Garcia or somebody like that. Now, if he fought those two guys at that weight class, and then he was successful, or he had moderate success, then you can go against the top dogs in the top lines, the Errol Spencers of the world, the Terrence Crawfords of the world, the Keith Thurmans of the world. But you have to, earn your weight into that weight class. You have to get used to that weight class before you start saying, hey, I want the top dog, I want the top line in that weight class. It doesn't make sense. And now, not only is he one weight class lower than Errol Spence, he's two weight classes lower than Errol Spence. So, how much common sense do I need to spew on this video for people to understand what I'm talking about? This is not something that I made up. This is something that boxing pugilists know. This is something boxing connoisseurs know, and those who prescribe to the sport of boxing. When you have a very good little guy and you got him going up against a very good big guy, usually the very good big guy, because they're on the same level, right? The very good big guy, because he is bigger in weight and he punches harder and he could take more hits and he can throw and dish out more, he's going to win. We've seen this recently when Amir Khan went up against Canelo. What happened? We saw that when Kell Brook went up against Gennady Golovkin. What happened? We have recent history here. We saw this when Lomachenko went up against Rigondeaux. What happened? The bigger, good guy or very good guy beat the bigger, good or very good, small guy. I'm just spewing common sense. And, it's something to have leagues and worlds of, so I can't help it. But, the thing is, you guys got to understand that. All I'm saying is I'm speaking the obvious. It's right in front of me. Errol Spence, everybody they've put in front of him, not only has he beaten them, he's dismantled them. Matter of fact, those fighters are a shell of themselves. I don't even know if they still boxing. And if they are, I don't even know what good they are. That's just the truth. I'm just speaking the real. I'm keeping it a buck. I'm keeping it 100 for you guys. So when people want to sit here and vilify me, no, go look at the history of what Errol Spence is doing. He is the Terminator, man. If you guys watch Marvel, you know, Infinity War, he is Thanos, man. He got those Infinity Stones. He got that Infinity Gauntlet, you know, and that's what he puts on you. He throws planets at you. This is how powerful this guy is. You know, I've called him AKA the body snatcher for a reason because he does good work. This guy will work your body downstairs triple, quadruple time and work your upstairs triple and quadruple time and then reload it again. And the other thing with Errol Spence is he does not get tired, man. This guy has a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth win. He's like a cat, man. He has 9 lives in that ring. He could just keep going. He's an energizer bunny. The more you turn it up, the more he's going to bring. And Mikey Garcia, I feel like in this fight, I'm glad he went, you know what I'm saying, and got a conditioning coach because his conditioning would have been exposed. Coming in fights with, you know, no midsection, coming in fights, you know what I'm saying, looking all kind of like chubby and stuff like that. He would have been exposed fighting a guy like Errol Spence. Now, I know other people are going to say, well, Adrian Broner had a 6-pack. Robert Easter had a 6-pack. There's levels to this stuff, man. Adrian Broner and Robert Easter are not on the level of an Errol Spence. Errol Spence is a guy who dedicates himself to the sport. He dedicates himself to the craft, man. He's a guy that understands boxing at the highest level. He's a student of the game of boxing. You see it when he fights. And when people sit here and say that, oh, you know, Errol Spence, his skill set is not on the level of Mikey Garcia, that's nonsense, man. This is the same Errol Spence that gave Mayweather a black eye sparring. This is the same Errol Spence that made Mayweather say, hey, I'm going to have to fire this dude because he's giving me too much work. I think Mayweather's used to cats that give him good work, but he still kind of dominates them. He kind of picks guys that he can still fully dominate. It wasn't like that with Errol Spence. Errol Spence was that enigma, man. He was that prodigy. When he went in there, he sparred against Errol Spence, and this is a Mayweather. We're talking about 6 years younger. This was a Mayweather that still had that good stuff, that stuff that nobody could beat him back in 2012. And Errol Spence gave this man a black eye, man. Errol Spence did bodily harm to this guy in sparring. Don't take my word for it. Just go and listen to the people that was there, man. And we're talking about some of the top people in boxing that was there, the Barry Hunters of the world, you know, the Watson, the guy that works with Al Heyman, all of these guys, man. Floyd Mayweather Sr., all of these people were there. They saw what Errol Spence did. That's why you've seen Mayweather has come out publicly multiple times and talked about, man, this guy gave me good work. He prepared me for that Garcia fight, man. So my thing is this, it's like, I mean, my bad, he prepared me for that Alvarez fight. My thing is this, is like, if Errol Spence is able to do that, and then Errol Spence dropped Adrian Broner, mind you, in sparring. Now, last time I checked, Mikey Garcia fought Adrian Broner, but he never dropped him. And Adrian Broner was doing good body work on Mikey Garcia. But the difference between Adrian Broner, when people try to say Broner and Easter lost, but Errol Spence, you know, he's along the same line. First of all, boxing is a lifestyle sport too. The great Andre Ward has said this, and I'm going to say it again. After the 7th round of a fight, you will know the life that a boxer lives outside of the ring. I believe every facet of every word that Andre Ward said in that moment, because Adrian Broner, every time he fights, and it's a step up fight, and he has to fight at the highest magnitude against top competition, he doesn't deliver because his lifestyle outside of the boxing gym is a bad lifestyle. It's a lifestyle of drinking. It's a lifestyle of smoking. It's a lifestyle of engaging in behaviors that a boxer, someone who's supposed to be disciplined to the craft of boxing, should not engage into. But you can't compare somebody like that with Errol Spence that's a gym rat, man. I'm sorry, you know. I'm not sitting here saying that Mikey Garcia don't got skills. Nobody's saying that. I'm not sitting here saying Mikey Garcia is not fundamentally sound. But he's biting off too much that he can chew, man. You know, and the thing is, his mouth is writing a check his ass can't cash. I'm gonna say that again. His mouth is writing a check that his ass can't cash because Errol Spence is too big, too strong, and he's too lethal. And he's a specimen in the boxing world. And we're gonna see it come March 16th. This is He Knows His Sport. Checking out.